Welcome to Real Conversations. I'm your host, Tim. I've got co-host Leon here. We are going to give a summary of the Australian bushfires, covering potential causes, impact and relief efforts. And I'll start off with the location of the fires. So it's primarily on the eastern side of Australia, New South Wales, Victoria, ACT, and even a bit of Tasmania. One of the potential causes that's being reported out there is the lack of hazard reduction. So that's where all the leaf litter, the logs and all the fallen branches are just sitting there, not getting burnt away. So when a fire comes through, it just goes straight through all that. So that's a big problem across Victoria and New South Wales. Some say that's the main cause. Other people are saying, well, news agencies, celebrities are convinced that it's climate change. They're saying that the reason why Australia is going through this horrendous fire season is because of climate change. Weather from climate change is causing these bushfires to happen. Another one is arson. So really sad to say, but a lot of people out there have done a range of arson attacks and deliberately gone and lit fires to start. There's been a number of them just outside of Sydney. The authorities have arrested people they suspect that have been doing arson. I think it's around possibly heading towards 100, but we'll verify that. And also, there's also accidental campers accidentally having sparks that go into the bush, light up a fire, cigarette butts, farm equipment, a whole range of stuff, just accidents that have caused bushfires to start. And then with being such a dry summer and with all the aforementioned issues, massive fires, like we haven't seen fires like this for a number of decades. And so now, Leon will talk to the impact of the fires.
Thanks, Tim. It is true. Australia has always had issues with bushfires, but it's never been even close to this level. It's been reported at least 27 people, including 3 volunteer firefighters, have died, and over 10 million hectares of land, which is about half the size of England, has been burnt. An estimated 500 million of animals have also died. The Australian east and southeast coast looked like something from a post-apocalyptic movie in regions that weren't even affected directly by the fires, including most major cities like Sydney, Canberra, and Melbourne. Smoke smell and haze was everywhere. The air reached 12 times the hazard levels, causing asthma attacks and other medical issues for many. Some of the bushfires were so large that they were forming their own weather system, causing mega clouds and lightning strikes. The economical impact at this moment is still to be determined. Now, there are some relief efforts that currently are happening, and I believe more still to happen. But Tim is going to tell us a little bit more about those.
Thanks, Leon. So some of the relief efforts are just of late, the National Parks and Wildlife Service are using their helicopter to drop carrots and sweet potatoes from the air to give some food for the wildlife, because there's literally nothing out there. Everything has just been burnt due to the ferocity of the fires. There's a lot of charity organisations, or a number of charity organisations organising hay bales for farm animals. There's been a lot of farm animals impacted by the fires, and there's not a lot to eat left, so they're getting the hay bales out there. And there's about 157 Americans that are now volunteering to help in the battle against the fires, some of them professional firefighters as well. For information on the fires and how to stay out of those areas, there's a number of apps that can help you. So this one is the New South Wales Rural Fire Service website and a Vic Emergency App. And we'll put a link to those in the description. Over to you, Leon.
So yeah, well, we do hope that this is the last we've seen from these bushfires. We do still have a long summer ahead. The fire authorities need to be vigilant and I guess much more responsive than they were ever before. Even though it's uncertain what the actual root cause of these fires is, we do need better ways to deal with them. Leave your suggestions below and let us know what you think the cause of these fires is and what we should do in order to prevent them from happening in the future or to minimize the effect. So don't forget to like this video and subscribe to this channel. Until next time.